Today we are heading out to Red Rock Canyon, located in Lake Forest. At the trailhead there is this huge sculpture by famed artist John Edward Svensson, towering over the entrance to the trail. Please stop to admire this sculpture from all sides. It shows John's passion for nature and wildlife. There is a $3 fee to park in the parking lot at the trailhead. You will be sharing this trail with bikers. This is a one-way trail for bikes, so bikes will be approaching from behind you. This trail is about 4 miles round trip. And please note, no dogs allowed on this trail. And for all us drone enthusiasts, please note all Orange County parks are no drone zones. If caught, you can get a citation and/or a fine. Even at the end of summer, there is a fair amount of water flowing in this stream. I'm sure it's much wider and faster during winter and spring. We came across this large grove of what I think is a variety of taro plants. If you know for sure, please write it in the comments below. The first part of the trail goes through some old-growth oak trees, which provide a canopy over the trail, and several varieties of shrubs. Saw this cute little gopher looking for something around his burrow. Along this trail, you will come across several trail cameras that have been set up to monitor and record the wildlife in this area. These are a couple of acorn woodpeckers looking to build a new nest. When you reach this junction, you will see a large signboard. Take the right trail for just a little bit as you will veer off to the left for the Red Rock Canyon Trail. This is where you veer off to the left and join the trail that leads to the Red Rocks. As you come up, you will see this is a separate trail from the main trail on the right. It parallels it for a little bit before turning to the left. Continue on this trail for the magnificent views of the Red Rock Buttes. The overhead canopy now disappears, and you will have various varieties of shrubs alongside the trail, including manzanita and prickly pear cactus. The trail now becomes a lot more rocky with rounded rocks underfoot. Good hiking boots are highly recommended, as sneakers might allow your foot to slide and twist on the rough terrain. This interpretive board shows the history and the geology of this area. We came across this really green and healthy example of a prickly pear cactus. At the end of this trail section, there was a huge grove of prickly pear cacti right next to the trail. The trail narrows here and you have to be careful not to brush up against the cacti. As we get closer to the end of the trail, we start to see more and more red rock buttes coming into view. These red rocks are part of the Sespe Formation. They date back between 40 and 20 million years, when crisscrossing streams deposited gravel, sand, and mud widely across Southern California. Over time, these layers hardened into layers of siltstone, sandstone, and mudstone. Uplifted by earthquakes and then sculpted by water and wind, they became the red rock buttes we see today. The beautifully banded sandstone canyon walls projected a reddish tint in the warm afternoon sunlight. Here you can see water and wind-carved faces of the sandstone cliffs, which show the stratified layers with embedded gravel and rocks at various levels. This is a close-up of the gray sandstone, showing the individual layers as they were laid down millions of years ago. This is a close-up of the red sandstone face. Once again, you can see the individual stratified layers. Vegetation has taken hold wherever it can. Wherever there was an accumulation of soil and moisture, a seed took hold and grew into whatever plant the seed came from. Nature doing what nature does best without man's interference. At the upper levels of these cliffs, you can see a denser layering of embedded rocks and gravel. With this one last view, we headed back. I videoed this group of 3 friends, carefully navigating their way between the prickly pear cactus on either side of the narrow trail. This is us heading back. We finally reached the trailhead where the hike and this video ends. Thanks for joining us on this trip.